This person would never listen if we try advising him. Why is it so? This person does not even heed to advice. The person acts as if is the brilliant person or he knows it all. Have you made this kind of statement to someone? Or do you make this kind of statement to someone? Time to search yourself. It's time to evaluate your own self. If you've made this statement to someone, I understand that as human, some people are coconuted and they won't listen if at all anything comes up, or even if you want to correct them, they don't take the correction. But now you have to evaluate yourself as the advisor, as the one who always comes up with something to say about people. This is not a war zone. My name is Omo, and this is the Child in Me podcast. Thank you for listening to this podcast, and if you're yet to follow me or to subscribe to my podcast channel, please do so now by clicking on one of the buttons around this podcast, somewhere on top of it preferably. On today's episode of my podcast, I'd like to speak about the advisors, those people who are the first person to jump when it comes to advising people. Don't get me wrong, it's not a bad thing to advise people. You're not doing anything wrong, but please evaluate yourself. Think about it. Why is this person not always listening or heeding to advice? Or why is this person not always giving me attention when I want to advise the person? Have you ever thought about it that could the problem be coming from me? Oh, I'm not saying you have a problem, because most of the time people believe they can advise and they know it all. But have you tried channeling your energy into also praising the person when the person does something good, at least a little bitty, tiny, little good? Have you called the person to say, oh, you see, what you just did, wow, it's excellent. This thing looks good. It's out of this world. You have done it so well. Oh, where do you learn how to do this from? Try praising the person. Have you? I'm sure you're sitting down and thinking, have I done this? Have I tried it? And this does not even stay around just the parent and children relationship. It's between friends, husband and wife, couples, church members, people of the same caliber, your peer group, your schoolmates, people in your office. Have you tried praising this person when they do something good? Like calling them and telling them, oh wow, you just did excellent. So that even when you're ready to advise or criticize the person will take it with an open heart and feel like, okay, it's the same energy this person is channeling, because you channel a positive energy into praising the person when they do something good, and now you're about to chastise them or advise them against something. People will listen. We are human, and we think. You see, it will just sound as if I'm talking too much or I'm emphasizing on this, but that's just the reality. Because most of the people, they forget to do the good part, but once something is not going the right way, they are the first person to blab about it. I call it blab because that's what it sounds like. And there are a lot of us walking around. You see, it's a good thing to sit down and think about your own self and think deeply before you decide to walk onto someone to say you want to say something. I know that thing is always in you and it's not making you settle, and you're like, no, I have to talk because I'm the one who can say this, and I have to tell this person this. No, I have to tell the person you're doing wrong. Please calm down, simmer down. We understand. If at all for any reason, at least you have something to say when you're about to chastise this person. You tell the person, do you realize if you do something good, I'm always the first person to come tell you about it, to let you know. I'm always the first person to praise you regarding that stuff. So right now, I can see you doing something bad, and I sit back and watch you doing the bad thing and allow other people say things about you. I'm sure the person you're about to advise will calm down and also think about it like, yes, it's true. The person will look back like, okay, when I've done so things, this person will come and let me know I've done great. And right now, I have to sit down to listen to what this person has to say, because it's like I'm going off guard. This will allow this person take your advice with an open mind. But when you do not put in the positive energy, but you want to pour in a negative one, excuse me, where are you coming from again? Oh, that's what I'm going to answer you, because I will not be nice if I were to be that person. I wouldn't be nice. If you don't put in the positive energy, if you don't come to me to tell me, wow, you've done great when I do something great. I can always be doing something wrong. Think about it. I'm human. And me as a person, Omo, I've not always done something wrong. Okay, if at all in this life, my few years in this world, at least I've done few good things. If you see everything about me bad, you should at least try and think about the good things that I've done and speak about it first. Not always No one is perfect, we understand. No one is. Even you that are about to advise someone, think about it. You are not perfect. But please be that person who first pours in the positive energy, who is the first person to realize that somebody has done something good and is ready to talk about the good without adding anything negative to it at first. Even if you have anything to say afterwards, look at the environment, look at the energy in the room before you pour in your but. Because we know anything that comes after but is not always pleasant. Am I making sense? Dear Mr. and Mrs. Advisor or chastisers, or the first person to pour in negativity, please think about it. Also sit down and think, has this person ever done any good in their life? Have I spoken about the good things that this person has said or done? If I haven't, then I believe you're not in the position to call this person to order if you have never seen anything good in the person. And parents, this also includes you. I'm sure your children, no matter how little or small they are, they must have done something impressive. Try to talk about those positive things. Immediately the children does that. Like, oh, today you're tidying up your toy. That's a good girl. That's a good boy. Today your shirts are clean from school. Oh, someone is learning to be very clean. This is beautiful. I love it. I like it. Let it stop there. So that when next the child does something not so pleasant, you're able to say, oh no, look at your shirt today. It's so dirty. Why is it so? Please try as much to make this shirt clean. Don't play too rough at school. Or, oh, you see, today you finished playing with your toys. It's time to tidy up. You forgot to tidy up, I guess. Okay, please pick it up. Pick it up. That child would remember that the day I tidied up, my parents were able to say I've done something great. Let me quickly tidy this thing up. You understand? That's for the children. Think about it in your workplace. Someone does something good. Maybe they clean the coffee spot where there's always a spill. The person cleaned it. That small thing the person has done, talk about it. It's something good. Maybe the person has never wiped out the coffee spill before. Try wipe it. Try praising the person like, oh, wow, thank you for making this place clean. At least we won't have coffee spills today. You've done a great job. face whatever you're doing, that little thing would remain in the person's brain. So the next time the person goes there and see the coffee spill, even if the person is not in the mood to wipe that thing off, they'll remember what you said the other day and they'll be like, okay, I think I'm the good guy, and wipe it off. Some little positivity here and there goes a long way. And as humans, it makes us function properly. Don't always be this person that comes up with the advice. Into people's life, who see the good in people, the person who is encouraging, and not that person who's always there to criticize and chastise, and everybody has seen the energy. Oh, it's coming now. I had something bad to say about this thing. Excuse me. You will not stay around me, because this is 2024 and I will not take such energy around me, because I do not want you to pour that into me. I do not want to reflect whatever you're putting into me. Thank you so much for listening to this podcast. It sounds mean, but actually it's not. It's all love around here. But we just have to hit the nail on the head most of the time, so this thing will enter. That's the cocoa. I appreciate you for listening to this podcast till the end. I remain your humble host, Omo, and this is the child in me.